Alright, seems that we are live. Welcome to CityLiga Season 24, round number 2 today. Today we are in the new or reworked Blackwood with the FXO and the XRT for a pretty long race. Yeah, today we have a one-shot qualifying. That means that the drivers can decide when they do their fast lap in the qualifying. And let's check out the test starts to get a feel for the track for you. But here we go. Test start. Yeah, as I said, we got a one-shot qualifying today, 10 minutes long. That means that the drivers can decide on their own when they go out for their one shot, so one fast lap. After their fast lap, after their fast lap, they have to jump back to the pits or spectate. And after the qualifying, there will be a short break, and then we start with the race. The race today pretty long, 72 laps, around 100 minutes if I remember correctly. And with 2 mandatory pit stops, so quite a little bit of room for tactics and strategies. And the clue with those pit stops is that you have to have a standing time, a combined standing time for both pit stops of 15 seconds or longer. So there's probably see a couple of tactics there, and as I heard from the drivers, that there is also again a possibility that we see some punctures in this race, so the tires get on their limits. Maybe we'll see a couple of drivers who do a tire change for the stop to be safe. Alright, here we go, the second test start. Alright, seems like I don't have the best camera for the start, but I think it's okay if the drivers get down the hill, it should swap over. Okay, we got 5 minutes until the qualifying. And it looks like we have many FXOs today. There are only a couple of XRTs around. If I remember correctly, the driver said that the XRT could be a little bit faster, or also good to drive, but it's not so easy to be consistent fast with it. There we go, next test start. Number 3 this time. See if the body camera would work on the start. Or maybe I fix this quickly, so we have a better camera for the start. this would work. See you in the next test start. Maybe a little bit of recap for the last race. Last race winner was Troy, which has like a last lap finish. He only lead one lap. That was the last lap, and he won. Followed by Pete and Kovac and Botzi on fourth. So what's quite a good finish there last race. And if I remember correctly, we got 3 protests out of the last race, 2 out of grid 2 and 1 out of grid 1. And I think only one of the protests was one where there was a penalty afterwards. The others were racing incidents. Also, next time I going to show you like the current driver points, but I don't think it's too interesting after only one round. So for round 3 you will see the driver points after 2 races then. Also for the team championship. Alright, seems we don't see another start, so let's hope the cameras work for the real start then, or at least for the lag lap, then we will see. 1 minute and we are going into qualifying. So there we are, waiting for the qualifying to commence. 10 minutes, 1 shot. There we go. Qualifying has started. No one's out yet. Everyone is waiting. Looks like Simon is going to be the first one. Going out in FXO. These undercuts here in the chicane are new. Don't think... Well, on the old track you always had the opportunity to flip out of this chicane because of the gap behind the curb, but now it's even worse, I guess. We saw a couple of two-wheel action in the sprint races a week ago. So quite some flipping potential there. Then we go down the straight. Guess one of the best overtaking opportunities, especially in the first lap. We're going to see maybe 2 or 3 bites there. Now this uphill S-turn. Quite difficult. Especially with this left-hander here, you go wide occasionally. Up the hill, here's the second split. Over this little crest down again. Second last turn, right-hander here. And now also a quite technical turn, this uphill S turn. Where you only want to touch the curbs but not got onto them. Here we go, Simon for his first lap. Turn 1, another good overtaking opportunity. He hits his apex quite well. See how he can hit the chicane. Goes to the anti-cut. Gets a little bit on the other anti-cut on the exit, but still fine. Looks great so far. Down the long straight. He hits his apex there, really important. Good exit. Gets a little bit wide here, but still fine. The second last turn, and on to the last turn now. Oh, he went a little bit wide there. Let's see what his time is. He's the first one to set one. And it's 24.37, not bad. Second will be Mandula with a 24.69. Then we got the first XRT with Mati. He's getting a 25.38. Then Nobodem. He has to go for his lap now. Meanwhile we got Troy with a new best time. He got a 24.12, so getting close to the 23s there. There we have Splatale with a 24.77. Also in the XRT. Here we see Ascona B in the XRT. Going in front of Splatale with a 24.7 flat. Mishu is starting his lap. The same as Daniel. There we see Nobodem getting around. He's going on third position for now, 24.49. This is Adam, I think he's also on his, was his in lap? Or his out lap? Always get confused by those both. You see Mishu getting over the second split now. See where this clock stops for him. He's on 8 now, 25.27. Daniel now with a 25.18, getting in front of Mishu. Reverse with his in-lap. Spencer got the 24.25, getting on position 2 now. So far we have an XRT with Troy, or Troy with an XRT in the lead on pole position, with 24.12. Then Spence FXO, Simon FXO, Norbert M FXO. The next XRT is Ascona B on position 7 with a 24.70. And we got a little bit under 3 minutes still to go in this qualifying. Oh, we got Butsy with a 6-minute outlap. Maybe he really got his tires warm there. Oh no, it's counting from the starting of the qualifying, my bad. We have Reverse going for his last turn. And he's going to go on position 8, 24.73. Quite a lot of drivers, and Adam now on position 6, 24.56. Askin is outlap. And Botsy is now on 3rd with a 24.33. We have Mikey, oh, a little bit of crash there in the last chicane. And he's on 9th now, so barely in the top 10, 24.68. TCR Sam, in lap, out lap, sorry. There's Shooty. Shooty going on pole now with 24.11. And here we have Kovac. Oh, Kovac only position 6. I expected more of him there, to be honest. He's one of my favorites for the win of this race. Okay, less than a minute to go qualifying, so no one should exit the pit now. Esco with his lap now. Still got Sam and Nick on the track. Esco Pony on position 20th, so last position for now. There we have Sam, should be the second last to set a lap. Let's see where he can qualify. And he's on position 15, so on the back of the midfield. And Nick, he showed quite some performance on this track, and he's going on position 3 in front of Pete. The same time as Pete. How did that happen? Oh, he's probably 4th, but the remote doesn't show it correctly, so let's quickly save the replay to show the results. There we go, we got Shooty and pole, beating Troy by only 1/100th of a second in the XRT, but Troy will probably gain this position at the start thanks to this rear wheel drive. Then Pete in front of Nick and Spencer, so a free TCR block. Then on 6, Spotsy. Then after the top 10 we see Adam, Mikey, Mandula, Asco, Reverse, Sam, Splatale, Shippy, Absolute Beginners Racing, Daniel and Mishu, and next team is Marty and Asco will be the last 2. Let's see, we got I think we got a total of 4 XRTs, with the best on position 2 with Troy, who will probably gain the lead after the start. And the other 18 cars are all FXO, so pretty FXO heavy. Also pretty close, we got on position 3 and 4 the same time, then 300ths of a second to 5, so Position 1 to 18 are within 1 second, so that's pretty close. Let's see and hope that this also results in a good race. Okay, we're getting close to the leg lap. The admin's calling everybody to join the grid. Got a total of 22 starters for this race. Quite a downfall after the first race. Okay, less than 1 minute until the leg lap. Here we go, there's the leg lap. Let's see if the cameras work, and the camera's working fine. Good. So we will see that Troy will probably pass Shooty, thanks to his rear-wheel drive. There they go, into the leg lap. Not the serious start. And Troy gains a lot of space there on the outside. Into turn 1. Now the critical chicane. Looks fine so far. Pete next to Shooty and down the straight. And he can gain the position on the inside, but as I said, it's not a real start, just the leg lap. Seems like everyone got through without major injuries, and now that I say it, we see the first spinnings. And here we go. Chat is closed. Preparing for the real start now. 72 laps, 2 mandatory pit stops. About 100 minutes of race time. Here we go, first light's on, second light, third light. And it's green! Here we go, second round of CityLiga Season 24. Try, as we saw already in the leg lap, gaining huge space there on the outside against Shooty. Going into turn 1 and in front. Then we see behind Shooty the 3 TCR pack. And Botzi and Lacko there. Through the first chicane. And the first time, a lot of jumping over the anti-cut. And first time down the straight. Probably a lot of drafting. Oh, we're going to see a free wide between Spencer, Bozzi and Lacko. Seems like it. There we go. Lacko, Kovac in the middle. A little bit of contact there. Ooh. Nearly gets turned by Bozzi. But looks fine. He's now on the inside of Spencer for this uphill S turn. But Spencer don't give up. And now you have to defend against Bozzi. Seems like we had a little bit of a accident there in the back, and we see the first one going into the pits. That's Bozzi. He's going for a very early, or the earliest possible first stop, together with TCR Sam and Mishu, as well as reverse. And it seems like Bozzi just no, it was Sam. Sam just stand for like half a second and immediately returned. He comes out on position 19. He was the last one of those. And seems like Bozzi did something more than just standing in the box. Meanwhile, the field is again on the back straight. You see a fight between Nobodem and Mandula. Mandula now on the inside for the right turn at the end of the straight. In front of them is Adam fighting against Asko. And Nobodem can hold it on the outside, but also for the uphill S turn. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Nobodem stays in front. And now Katila behind them is lurking for position 11 there against Mandula. And now the field gets back onto start finish. Kovac now in the, oh, there was a little bit of contact there between Kovac and Nick over start finish line. Kovac now on the outside line for turn 1. Can Nick cover? He's braking very late, going on the inside. Kovac with the switchback, going on the bad line into the chicane, or is it? Oh! They go heavily over the anti-cut. And now Kovac has to fight against Nick and Spencer. Meanwhile, I see another pit stop by Mikey and Shippy. And reverse seemed to have a drive-through penalty. But we are back for the fight. And seems like Spencer got past Kovac there, but Kovac now on the inside again. Even attacking Nick, it seems. No, he stays behind Nick, but in front of Spencer. Very close group there. Let's see if Kovac starting another attack in turn 1. He's going on the outside since Nick blocking the inside for turn 1. Both braking very late. This is Nick stays in front. And now Kovac probably trying to stay close in the draft down the straight. Maybe he's even a little bit too close. So he falls back a little bit to get a little bit more of momentum out of the draft. Meanwhile, Shippy made his second pit stop already, so he's the one who's already done with the pit stopping. Oh, they're getting very close at the end of the straight, but Nick blocking the inside again and can't defend his position. Seems like it. Still a little bit of overlap there. And also Spence behind him is still waiting for a mistake of them to get past. Seems like Nick is doing a little bit of a trolley there, holding off the rest of the field. A gap to Pete, Shooty and Troy in front of them. Was around 4 seconds last lap. And still is around 4 seconds. Alright, seems like we have a little bit of briefing room to see what's actually happened in the first couple of laps. So we got Troy in the lead, followed by Shooty and Pete. They are like 1 second each apart. Then we got Nick, who's got a little bit of room there to Kovac. Spread out a little bit. Kovac, Spence and Simon. And another small gap. We see Adam, followed by Norbert M and Ascona B. Then we got Mandula, Marty, Splattail and Katila. Seems like Katila fell back quite a bit. Then Daniel, Esko and Sam, who already did a pit stop if I remember correctly. Or did he got a penalty because he don't show up with a pit stop in my standings? Then we got Mikey who got a pit stop, Botzi, Mishu, Reverse, and Shippy who already done 2 pit stops. And the next one going into pits, this time it's Sam. I don't know if he got the first time he got into pits if he had to serve a penalty. Now he's doing a pit stop. So maybe he got a penalty after the start. Meanwhile, we see a fight between, if I remember correctly, TCR1 and 2 with Spence versus Simon. Simon now on the inside, going past Spence, it seems. In front of them, Kovac is again close to Nick. Unfortunately, I can't see their tire temperatures right now, which is always an issue with the TBOs. Kovac is real close again. Maybe we can start an attack out of the draft. Just showing himself in the mirror of Nick. A little bit of bumping in the braking zone. Kovac stays close onto the straight. Don't know if the gap is too big for drafting. Let's see. I don't think he's getting closer, does he? I did, but it's too late now. Nick again defending on the inside. Kovac holding the outside line. Get a little bit more momentum out of there, but Nick's still ahead. Too wide into the S-turn, and Kovac sweep back in behind Nick. At the end of the top 10 we see this fight for position 9 between Norbert M and Asko. And it seems like Kovac don't like to get past Nick, so he's going for the pit stop to maybe avoid the traffic. Let's see, he comes out behind Daniel and probably behind Asko. So he's out of the direct race for now. against Nick. You see Asko going out of the draft of Nobodem on the straight, going on the outside. He seems like he's ahead, and he's past Nobodem. Unfortunately, we also had the first withdrawal. So Mishu gave up his race before Kovac was in the pit. Before Kovac did his pit stop, don't know what happened there. The Kovac came out behind Botzi and Mikey, who also did their pit stop. Let's see how close it is. These are Mikey and Botzi fighting. They both made a pit stop already, and behind them there's Kovac. I think Botzi was on position 4 when he came in. Norbert felt quite a bit back there, and now he has to defend against Mandula. It's going on the inside for the turn after the long straight. And they're going through too wide, and behind them Marty is already lurking with his XRT. Mandula's still on the inside, but he swept back behind Norbert. And meanwhile, Botzi got past Mikey, probably at the end of the long straight. And they're both fighting directly against the other because they're both done an early pit stop already. Here we see the battle for the last top 10 position. Madula right now position 10. And now Marty out of his draft at the beginning of the straight. Let's see who's faster on the straight. Seems like the XRT is for now. But Madula goes back immediately into the draft. He's looking on the inside, but I don't think he's got past now. Going back behind. So Marty now in top 10 on position 10. It seems that it's wide for now, except for those couple of battles, so let's quickly check in the chat. We got 24 starters in Crit 2, and the qualifying was won by Fieseler, then Dennis Lind, and on 3rd position Tex. Alright, now Mickey and Kovac running into the back markers, although they are not one lap back, they didn't do their stop yet, their pit stop. But Asko seems to know this and don't defend too much against them. But he got a little bit away from Mikey, and now Kovac closed up to Mikey. This is a direct battle for position since they've both done a stop yet. And here we see once again the fight between Asko and Adam. Going too right through the S-turn here. Asko now in the front. But can he defend against her? Adam? Is he going for an attack now? No. He's behind. Seems like Kovac didn't have too much luck with his pit stop. He probably tried to avoid to fight against Nick, and now he has to fight against another TC driver with Mikey, so not a good timing for his pit stop. Now he has to try to get past. He's going on the inside against Mikey. Can Mikey do the switchback? Tried to. He's looking on the inside in the chicane, but no, he stays behind. For now, let's see how the straight goes down. I think Mikey is close enough to gain a little bit of momentum in the draft. Yeah, I think he's going for an attack there. Yeah, he's going for the inside. Oh, they're getting really close there, but Mikey gets past. Unfortunately for both of them, I guess, is that through all those fighting they do here, they lose a little bit of time each time, and then when the others do their stops, they maybe even fall back in the virtual race there. Kovac again, really close. Is he going again for the turn 1 attack? Seems like it. But this time Mikey tries to hold the outside line and can't do the switchback. Meanwhile in front of them, Botzi passed Daniel, another driver without a pit stop. And we see another track race down the straight. Kovac braked a little bit earlier, tried to go for the switchback, but Mikey cleverly closed the inside line, and so no chance for Kovac to pass down the inside. And he has to stay behind again. Going for the tech in the second last turn. He's going for the inside. But Mikey can hold the outside line, and now they're too wide for the last chicane. Are they doing it too wide? Oh, they're losing a lot of momentum there. Kovac on the grass. And now they're still too wide. And they pretty much lost contact now to Botzi in front of them because of all their fighting, and Kovac again on the inside. Same procedure as the last 3 laps. And Mikey again with a switchback, but can't get next to Kovac. And as we already saw, the last lap and the lap before, Mikey closely behind Kovac down the straight. This time Kovac immediately covers the inside line, but Mikey got enough momentum to go past on the right side of Kovac. Oh, Mikey closes the line, but Kovac still on the inside. He's forcing him into too wide. There's a little bit of rubbing there. Oh, this was unfortunately for Mikey. Because of the contact, he couldn't hold the line, had to jump over the anti-cut. And to avoid the flip, there we saw him on 2 wheels, to avoid the flip he had to go into the wall. And camber damage in this cars is very crucial because all the temperature issues the FXO has. So let's see how his race develops, if he's strongly affected by this crash. Let's check his time in the next couple of laps. Unfortunately, this also means that the last fighting group we have is now resolved. So let's take a look at the overall standing after 15 laps. Still got Troy in the lead by around 1.5 seconds in front of Shooty. Then 3 seconds behind them is Pete. Then we have Nick, Spencer and Simon, a big TCR pack, right? Really close together there. Then we have Asko and another XRT. Then Adam and Norbert M still close together. Then Extreme Racing Marty. Then we have Mandula, Katila, and Botzi, who is the best of all of them, who already done 1 pit stop. He's on position 13. Then Absolute Beginners Racing Daniel, followed by Kovac, who done a stop yet. Mikey, who had his crash. Asko. Then we see Splatel, Sam, Shippy, who already done 2 stops, and Reverse with also 2 stops. Now that Kovac is free of fighting against TCR guys, he probably tried to do the same as Botzi and go through the field against all those drivers who haven't done their stop yet. Now he's got past Daniel. And now he's behind Botzi again. He's around 6 seconds behind Botzi. No, sorry, 3 seconds. Alright, let's check the last 2 lap times of Mikey to see if he had some damage. His best lap was a 25.04. The last 2 laps were mid to low 25, so it seems like the damage he has, or he might have, isn't too bad yet. So it seems like the next potential fighting we're going to see is again between Spencer and Simon. So again TCR1 against TCR2. Both in the FXO. Or we see maybe see a fight between Adam and Norbert M again. They're also quite close. Botzi now going for his next quote-unquote victim, Katina. Don't think he is going to catch him at the end of the straight. As a driver, it's hard to keep track of the opponents who already done his pit stop or not. So, yeah, Katita probably don't know that he don't have to fight Botzi, so a little bit of contact there. Seems like Norbert M finally close up to Adam. Going for attack on the inside for turn 1. Can hold the inside line. Very good. And he got past Adam for now. Adam with a little bit of cutting down chicane. But he can stay close to Norbert. So do we see a counter attack of the straight? Little bit of weaving there into the cross. Now Adam goes to the inside. Breaks a little bit later. And he got past again. So back and forth there as well. Let's see if Norbert can stay close again. A little bit of difference in line there for the S turn. And I didn't notice this yet, but we're down to 20 drivers since Reverse also joined the spectators. And we got a new fastest lap by Botzi at 24.51. So he's getting really on speed there. Don't know how long his first pit stop was, so be interesting where he will end up after the others done their pit stops. Now it seems like we have a freeway fight, because Extreme Racing Matti closed up to Norbert M and Adam. Matti is in the XRT. And is getting closer to Norbert. Try now with a 2-second gap to shoot you on second, then 6.5 seconds behind him Pete, and then another 5 seconds to Spencer, Simon and Nick. And we see Kovac going against Katila at the end of the straight. Going next to him, a little bit of drifting down the braking zone. And he got past. Now new fastest lap by Troy in the XRT with 24.39. And see Norbert M goes into pit lane, giving up the fight against Adam. And Norbert M comes out behind Blatter and in front of Asko, it seems. Oh, he gets behind Asko, who didn't done a stop yet. So everything is quite stretched apart right now, so no really fighting yet to see or to come. Alright, we got Botzi, Kovac, Mikey, Blatteril, Norbert M, Sam and Shippy, who already done one, or in case of Shippy, 2 pit stops yet. And the best of them, of course, is Botzi and Kovac in position 11 and 12 right now. Seems like Simon keep his distance to Spence. I took another look at the last couple of laps by TCR Mikey, and it seems like he's getting a little bit slower. His time's getting a little bit worse. So it seems like the damage he got from this crash there affects him a little bit. Mandula closed up to Extreme Racing Marty. They're fighting for position 9. And behind them we saw Botzi already coming for them. Let's see if how he get past those both fighting drivers. Marty now defending on the inside. But Mandula with quite some momentum on the outside, but he's still behind. Marty braking a little bit later. Can Mandula go for the switchback? No, he's too far away. And stays behind Marty for now. Marty with quite some line changing there to defend against Mandula. Could be dangerous, especially in this braking zone. Now he got a worse line out of the second class or the last chicane there. Now Mandula is on the outside for turn 1. So still a way to defend this for Marty. And he stays in front for now. Let's see how they go down the straight again. Dula again really close. And also Botzi now in reach. Marty again on the inside, defending against Mandula. Same situation as last lap. Dula going for the switchback. There's a gap and he's now on the inside for the uphill S-turn. Is he ahead or next to him? No, Marty is still ahead. But with a little bit of drifting there, lost a little bit of momentum, and now Botzi closed up to both of them. Let's see how can he resolve this mess. Seems like he can go past Mandula on the outside. Very impressive. Seems like he managed his tire temperatures really good. And now he split them apart again. Let's see how he can get past Marty. Maybe in a way where Marty and Mandula get together again. See some fighting there. bit of drifting there. Maybe Matti had a little bit of problems with his rear tire temperatures. I don't think Botsi is in draft distance, so he has to wait a little bit longer. Now he's really low, so even have to brake in this S-turn to not crash into Matti. I guess he's going to attack him into turn 1. This time Matti hit the S-turn uphill towards start finish really good. It's not too easy for Botsi now to get past him. And he stays behind him for now. This time he should be close enough to profit of the draft down the straight, yeah. Is Matti going to defend, or does he know that he... This one's... Oh, there was a little bit of touching, a little bit of bump draft. Matti is defending against Botsi. Botsi probably won't like this. There's a little bit of contact still. He nearly pushed Matti there off the track. This all goes to the advantage of Kovac, who's behind Mandula there. Now Kovac with the dive bomb, and there's a heavy crash, or semi-heavy I would say. And Matti, understandably, is not very happy about this, because this puts him back into the fight with Mandula. So a little bit of, yeah, rough passing there by Botsi, who probably was annoyed that he had to stay behind Matti 1 or 2 less, but now he's going to go on to the drivers who are not too slow, or so slow against him that he can easily pass them. So he should have acted a little bit more careful there. Meanwhile, Mikey's also trying to fight his way back up the field. He's now behind Daniel. He's the third one of all the drivers who already done once the pit stop. But he felt quite back behind Kovac after his incident. Well, there are not too many left turns on this track. One of the most important ones probably this one, going up the S here, so his front right camber damage he might have isn't that bad, but still costs him a little bit of time each lap. Now he's on the inside, or no, he isn't. Goes back behind Daniel, now he's going on the inside again. Braking late, going on the inside, and can he pass him? Yeah, he's got past Daniel. And Daniel paused back a little bit, so I don't think he can start a counter-attack down the straight. No, seems like it. Meanwhile, in grid 2, after 20 laps, we see Fieseler on position 1, followed by Dennis, so they hold their position from qualifying. And third right now is Mensafest. Now Botsy closed up to the next one. This time it's Adam. Let's see if he got more patience for him, or if he also tries to get past him as fast as possible. Seems like he's close. Yeah, he's in drafting distance. Let's see if Adam's going to defend like Marty did. Now Botsy's on the inside, breaking late. Going on the... Can Adam go do the switchback? No, he stays behind Botsy. Meanwhile, Troy with a new fastest lap, 24.37. He's leading by 3.5 seconds right now in front of Shooty, and then another 6.5 seconds to Pete, and then we see this 3-pack of Spencer, Simon and Nick still quite close together. Here we are. Here we see Sam got past Norbert. I don't really know what happened to Sam at the beginning of this race. He went to the pit lane in lap 1 or 2 if I remember correctly. But he shows up with only one pit stop for me in my graphic. After he went a second time in the pit lane. I don't know if he maybe got a penalty. Or maybe it's just a glitch with my... just an error with my graphic here. We'll find out at the end. You see the next pit stop. It's Mandula going for his first pit stop. Leaving the fight with Matti. Probably come out behind Gatael and in front of Sam. Could be close. Oh no, Sam goes past him. Now it's between Sam and Norbert. Oh, they're jumping, all three of them jumping high over the anti-cut. Now he's next to Sam down the straight and got more momentum on the inside. Probably pass him. And gets in front of Sam. Easy coverage against Matti. Seems like he's a little bit more patient than Botsy. Can't stay close onto the straight, he's probably going to pass him. Meanwhile, the fight between Sam and Mandula is going to continue. Also Norbert M behind them is already lurking. Boom! Mandula nearly hit Sam there in the back. I managed to stay close. And it seems like... yeah, Kovac didn't pass Matti at the end of the straight. Another new fastest lap. 1/100th of a second faster than the one before by Troy. And it seems like Sam can stay in front of Mandula for now because the gap has opened a little bit. And the new fastest lap by Botzi in the FXO at 24.30. This time Kovac is really close to Matti. Probably going for the attack at the end of the straight here. And they're running up to Adam, who seems to have a bad exit out of the chicane because they closed up really fast, giving Matti a little bit of draft there so he gets away from Kovac again. Oh, this could be interesting. Matti on the inside against Adam. There's a little bit of rubbing there. They're drifting a little bit. Oh. And then... this was really close. They nearly crashed Kovac off the track, but he managed to keep it on the track. Now he's close to Matti again. They both got past Adam. Meanwhile, Esko did his first pit stop. Got back to position 20. And now Kovac a little bit of bump drafting there. Matti over a pit start finish line. Now Adam is going for his first pit stop. And he's going to fix a little bit of damage, it seems. Yeah, Adam with a repair pit stop. Now another try for Kovac against Matti. Seems like the XRT can outperform the FXO on the straight. Oh, Kovac tries it on the inside for this uphill S-turn. Gets on the curb, a little bit of touching there. Side by side rubbing. And he gets past Matti, it seems. So he was a little bit more patient than Botzi and got past more cleanly. But of course, thereby losing time to Botzi. Gap opened to around 5 or 6 seconds, I guess. Of 7 seconds. And next time Troy comes around start finish, we reach the half of this race with 15 minutes gone, so it's going to be like a 101 minute race. Yeah, the closest we get to a fight is these two guys. Norbert M and Mandula. Roughly half a second apart, I would guess. 3.3 seconds. Oh, it seems like Nick got past his teammate Simon. And we see a drive-through penalty for the number 42, which would be Adam, for crossing the pit exit line there. Very unlucky for him. Yes, Simon fell behind Nick and lost quite a little bit of space there. He's like 1 second behind those two guys. Adam now going for the drive-through penalty. Seems like Nick can raise the pressure against Spence. He's getting a little bit closer, but still not in the drafting distance. This is again TCR1 against TCR2. Got two drivers who got lapped. Well, lap down now is Adam and Asko in position 19 and 20. And Chippy's probably going to be the next one, but he's already done 2 stops, so he probably don't finish a lap back in the end. Unless he has a crash or similar. Now Nick is really close to Spencer. Let's see if he tries to go for an attack into turn 1. Can't claim the inside line. Spencer gives it to him. There goes Nick on the inside. And he got past Spence. Oh, Spence running really wide there out of turn 1. Had a little bit of trouble to keeping close to, staying close to Nick, and the gap opened wide enough, so Spence don't have the draft. So Nick now in position 4, followed by Spence on position 5, and Simon behind him on position 6. And behind Simon, we see already Butsy, first one who already got a pit stop done. And there in the background we saw also Kovac, the next one with a pit stop already done. Another fastest lap by Troy, 24.24. Shooty with a 24.5, so losing probably 0.2 seconds per lap. Gap between Troy and Shooty now 5 seconds. And then another 8 seconds between Shooty and Pete. And then another 6 seconds to Nick, Spencer and Simon. I'm now close up to the next one. Absolute Beginners Racing Daniel, who hasn't done a stop yet. Them on the inside. Like an easy task going past Daniel there, but Daniel maybe with a switchback or going a little bit too far to the inside, going over the grass there. And now Sam's back in position 14. Here we see Splatter closing up to J.A. Catilla. Splatter also one of the drivers with a really early stop. Catilla didn't do a stop yet. And it seems like, yeah, Spencer's getting close to Nick again. But probably won't be enough to get past him on a straight. And it seems like Splatter made a small mistake there, losing a little bit of there to Catilla. Martin now also with his first pit stop. He comes out behind Mandula. So it seems like he lost his position against Mandula because of the stop. Because Mandula was behind him when he did his stop. Now Nick and Spencer in the pit lane. Just like they refuel. Spence leaves the pit stall. And can he get past? Or they're going side by side out of the pit lane. This could be interesting. It seems like Nick is ahead right now. Will we see a attack in the pit exit? This would be new and interesting, but seems like no, Spence stays behind. And there's Ascona B, who's get between those two. That's interesting. Alright. My good friend Dom now telling me that it seems like Spence ran out of fuel going into the pit and had to be pushed by Nick, and that's probably why they lost so much space and now have to fight against Asko. There's a lot of honking. I guess Asko isn't happy about something. There was a little bit of teamwork between the two TCR teams. Between TCR 1 and 2. Didn't saw it on the cameras, only saw them both go into the pit lane. That's probably why Spence used the most early pit stall there. Here's the fight in Daniel and Mandula, but Daniel now with a pit stop. Marty now with his second pit stop. And the next one coming into pits. It's Troy, the leader pitting now. Let's see how his stop goes down. Oh, he missed the first pit stop he wanted to use, but now he's standing there. Shooty stayed out. So did Pete. Who's that behind him? Oh, it's Adam. Oh, I think Troy nearly stand his 15 seconds, so the next stop will probably really short. Let's see where he comes out. There we have Botsy. He's probably falling behind Botsy there, yeah. Yeah, he's coming out behind Botsy but in front of Kovac. Another message by Dom. Alright, seems like during the pit stop of Troy, during Troy's pit stop, or during when he tried to enter the pit lane, he collided with Splatterale and lost a little bit of time there. Let's see how this plays out. He was still in front of Shooty. And since Troy was in the lead, means that Botsy is now the virtual leader of this race. So we had a change in lead there, but I don't know how long Botsy's pit stop really was. He came in lap 1, so he still could do a longer second pit stop. Now we see Shooty in the box, which means that Pete going to take over the lead. Shoot is already done, so not too long pit stop. Let's see. There we have Botsy again. Also Troy. Yeah, Troy lost a little bit of time there. The gap between Troy and Shooty was around, I don't know, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and Shooty had a little bit of contact there with Adam. But nothing too serious. And despite their friendly teamwork there during the pit stops, the fight between Spencer and Nick continues. Spencer now got past Nick. Maybe now with the counterattack? Yeah, the next one in the pit lane, it's Snowbot. Pete stays out another lap, so his first leading lap there. Little bit of contact there between those two guys, and Asko is still lurking in the back. Let's see, we got Pete in the lead for now. Let's see if he stays out another lap. Seems like it. So the next leading lap for him. Then we got his teammate Simon. Without a stop yet. Then we have Botsy. First one with an already done stop. Followed by Try and Shooty. A little bit after him, Kovac. I wonder where Pete will come out after his pit stop. Probably somewhere, maybe between Shooty and Kovac, maybe behind Kovac, I would guess. So it seems like the aggressive fighting through the field by Botsy paid out so far. After the first stops, he's in the lead. Virtually, of course, because Pete and Simon have to do their stops yet. But as I said, I don't know how long Botsy's first pit stop was. The pit stop of Troy seemed to be quite long, so he's probably going to have a stop and go with 0 seconds to do next for his second pit stop. And Botsy maybe 2 to 3 seconds. His gap to Troy is nearly 2 seconds right now. So let's see how this goes down. New fastest lap by Troy. 24.19. Keeping the pressure up on Botsy. And it seems like Nick and Spence are back to their non-aggression pact. Non-aggression treat. So, it seems like we're going to see some fighting there for a while. These two are the closest one together on the track right now. Let's let the autocam take over. Probably stays at Spence and Nick here. Interesting, out of the drivers who already done 2 pit stops, it's Shippy who's the most up in the field there on position 13, followed by TCR Mikey and Splatterhill. Maybe the 2 early pit stops by Shippy pay out a little bit in the end. Speaking of Shippy, here we see him getting close to Mendula. Right, we got 50, nearly 52 laps done. 20 laps to go. Around half an hour in this race. And Pete and Simon are the only ones who didn't do any pit stops yet. And they're both in position 1 and 2. Oh, there's someone going into pits. Oh, it's Daniel for his second pit stop. Alright, let's have a look at the gaps on the virtual top 4. What's he on third right now? 1.5 seconds in front of Troy. Then another 3 seconds, or 2.5 seconds to Shooty. And then another 5 seconds to Kovac. So Troy closed the gap to Quatsi a little bit. It probably comes down to their second pit stop. Have to wait for a decider there. But we got a couple of smaller fighting groups. We have Katila against Sam again. Katila also one of the drivers who haven't done a pit stop yet on position 10. Sam already done one pit stop. Then we got the fight between Mandula and Shippy. Shippy also one pit stop ahead of Mandula. And the next one would be the fight between Mati and Norbert M. Both already done 2 pit stops, so they're done with their pit stops. And Norbert now with a good exit out of the first turn. Can he stay close for this straight? A little bit of drifting there. And can Norbert M go for the inside? No. Marty stays ahead, but Norbert's still close. See another pit stop. Mandula and Mandula going for the Mandula going for the second pit stop, and Katila for his first. And Nick and Spencer are close again. Had to lap a couple of cars there. First Daniel, and then next would be Asker. Oh, Daniel gets in the way of Nick there. Difficult position, track position to get a good lapping in this S. So now the gap between Nick and Spence opened again. Meanwhile, after 40 laps in grid 2, we see Fieseler still on position 1. Then second now Kislama, and third still Mensafest. And behind Nick we also see Ascona, who's going to have to lap the guys here. Here we see Mandula against Catilla, were both in pits a couple of laps ago. Mandula already done all his pit stops. Catilla in front probably don't know this yet. So Mandula probably have to fight his way past Catilla. Seems like he's too far away for a draft. So here we see a battle for the last position between Daniel and Asko, but it's probably a lost battle for Asko because he has still to do his second pit stop. Daniel behind him already done both. We got a new PB by Butzi at 24.07, but Troy with another fastest lap at 24.06, so 100th of a second faster. So Butzi tried to escape Troy, but Troy keeps the distance, around 1.7 seconds right now. And Daniel passed Asko again. Alright, now Pete and Simon still are the only ones who didn't do any pit stop yet. Let's see, their gap to Butzi is... have to wait until Butzi gets over start finish line. Some pit stop there. Troy going for his second pit stop. Now let's see how long this takes him. Bad camera angle, sorry. See this good. And he already left his pit stop again. Really quick stop, probably only just stopped for a fraction of a second and then rejoined. See where he comes out. We have Cape Bedham, who's already lapped. And it seems like he have no one in front of him except of Cape Bedham. Adam, who's a lap back. Ascona now with his second pit stop. Let's see where he comes out. There goes Shippy. And he's behind Shippy, so he's now, of the guys who done already 2 pit stops, he's now in position 2, but behind Shippy. Got 14 laps to go. Simon now with the pit stop. And now Botsy also with his pit stop. Alright, this will probably decide the winner of the race. Here comes Botsy. He really stands longer because Troy already passed him. Here we see Troy. So another change in the virtual lead. And here comes Botsy out of the pit lane. So Botsy's first pit stop wasn't too long. And he lost his time in the second pit stop. And here we see Troy back of Helen. This probably around 7 to 8 seconds. So will we see Troy as the next race winner after his victory in first race? Right now it looks like it. Hopefully I didn't jinx it. What am I saying right now? Let's see. Botsy and Troy now done with their pit stops. If Botsy wants to get the lead back, he has to do it on the track, but I think 7 to 8 seconds to close in 13 seconds, half a second per lap, it's unrealistically. Now we have Kovac for his second pit stop in the pit lane. Let's see where he comes out. The next one with also second pit stop is Shippy, who's still at the second split, so no danger for him there. The Kovac probably behind Botsy. Still big question mark is at Pete's head. We don't know where he can come out because he's done no stop until yet. Here he is, going to the second last turn. Is he going for his first pit stop now? No, he stays still out. Is he going for the the latest possible pit stop, so in lap 70 and 71? Let's find out. After this little incident with Daniel, Spencer and Nick, a little bit closer together, and Simon got past them. Meanwhile, we got Catilla with his second and last pit stop. Troy with a 24.09 and Botsy with a 24.33, so seems like Troy has the pace right now and Botsy can't close up. Still the battle for the last position between Asko and Daniel goes on. But as I said, Asko, the grey car, still has to do his second pit stop. In contrast to Daniel. Let's see, there's still probably a fight for position 3 behind Troy and Botsy, which probably will be decided between Kovac, who already done his second pit stop, Shooty on position 2 right now, who has to do his second pit stop yet, and Pete, who's in the lead with 0 pit stops. And a gap of 21 seconds to Shooty right now. Daniel there with a wide line in turn 1. Couldn't get past Esco. Behind them is Sam. Going to lap them both. Yep. And now Pete do his the first pit stop. There he leaves. Still in front. Shooty is now going onto the start-finish straight. There we have Shooty. Yeah, he's probably going past Pete. Shooty in front of Pete right now. But I don't know what's the difference between their pit stop times is. So if Pete has a shorter second pit stop than Shooty, then he maybe can get past him again. Got 10 laps to go. Shooty now in the lead, followed by Pete. Let's see how far back Troy is. Troy was roughly 10 seconds behind Shooty, so he's going to be going past Pete and Shooty, as well as Botsy, I guess. But then, as I said, position 3 going to be decided between Kovac, Shooty and Pete. Oh, it seems like after Catilla made his second pit stop, there's another fight now for position 17 between Adam and Catilla. Adam right now in front. And behind them is Botsy, going to have to lap them. He's breaking up this fight. Esker now with his second pit stop. Going to be last. So, everyone but Shooty, Pete, Simon, Spencer, Nick and Sam have done their second pit stop. So those 6 guys still have to do their second one. The gap between Shooty in the lead and Pete on second is now 3 seconds. So if Pete's second pit stop is going to be 3 seconds shorter than Shooty's, then he may have a chance to get past him and probably have a chance on position to get position 3. But I don't have the exact pit stop times yet. Let's see, we got 8 laps to go, 8 laps to do. Oh, sounds like someone was in the gravel trap there. Oh, it's Mendula. Does he have a puncture? Looks like it. As I said before the race, yeah, he has a puncture. Tire wear is an issue here. His front left seems to have popped. So he's going for a third stop there. Not intentionally, of course. Well, that's an issue that could also affect our virtual and real leaders there. Top 5. Top 8. I can't take a look at their tires right now. Shibi's going to lap Daniel there. Shibi now on position 10. We got still, let's say, 4 drivers in front of him who still has to do a pit stop. And maybe he gained another 4 positions with his 2 really early pit stops. Okay, Pete and Shooty still staying out. Gap closed a little bit, maybe because of lapping, down to 2 seconds now between Shooty and Pete. Seems like Adam has the pace and can keep up with Botzi here, although he's lapped. Now he cut a little bit too far. Alright. Dom says that Shooty tried to go for a pit stop, but seems like the pit entry was blocked and he didn't have a good opportunity, so he stayed out another lap, so maybe he's going now. Let's have a look. Maybe because of the lapping of, who's it? I think it's Norbert. Yeah. See, now Shooty's going in. Is he followed by Pete? Seems like it. Yeah, also Pete's going in, so this will be decided between those 2 guys, and it will be interesting where Kovac is going to come out. So here you see Pete, made the pit stop, adding fuel, and Pete is changing tires, it seems. Yeah, Pete changed tires, so seems like Shooty will be in front. There goes Troy. Here comes Botzi. Oh, Shooty's really good in the pace. Can he stay in front of Botzi? This will be interesting in turn 1 now. Botzi goes through on the inside, but Shooty is close now. If he can get a good exit out of the chicane, he can maybe use the draft. Don't seems like it. The gap is too close. And it seems like I think Shooty didn't change tires, so maybe he has to be a little bit more careful. Pete went for the safe strategy and changed the tires. Now back on position 5. So he stayed in front of Kovac, who is here at the beginning of the straight. Simon and Nick between him have still to go for their second pit stop. Well, now the question is, because of his failed attempt for the pit stop in this lap before his actual second pit stop, did this incident cost him too much time, so he lost the position against Botzi? The gap between Botzi and Shooty now, half a second. But still I don't know. Maybe even also Botsy's tires are really thin, I don't know yet. They have to go 4 more laps. After 60 laps in Grid 2, we see Fiesler still in the lead, followed by Catilla in position 2, and Dennis back to position 3. Alright, Dom says that the tires of Schutti are really thin, especially in the front left, so he has to go a little bit slowly. He opens the gap to Botsy. He's probably gave up on this position too, and have to take care of his tires. The next one would be Pete behind him, which is still, would guess 8 to 10 seconds behind him. So manageable in 3 laps. But will Schutti's tire survive? That's the question. Here you see Simon now go for his final pit stop. Kovac now past Nick. Nick still has to go for a second pit stop. And Spence now in the lapping with Catilla. Go back to Schutti. Adam honking wildly. Why? Try now going into his second last lap. 2 more laps for him. And Botsy and Schutti. Another fastest lap by Troy at 24.05. Will we see a 23? Probably not by Troy. He's probably realized that he is safe right now and won't risk too much. Let's take a look at Schutti's laps. 25, 25, 15. Probably half a second slower than he was before, so he's probably going to save his tires. Here we see the battle between Mikey and Slattehill for position 12. Now Troy is in his last lap. With a comforting lead of 4 to 5 seconds. Or even 8 seconds. Now Spencer doing his last pit stop. As well as Nick. And here we see Sam for his last pit stop. He's like, Spencer, get ahead, Nick, through the pit stop. Spencer and Nick come out in front of Shippy, it seems. But here we see Troy for his second last turn. Taking it easy. Now the last time. S-turn up the hill. And there we go. Troy wins the second race in a row in CityLiga Season 24 after 1 hour and 42 minutes. Botzi will be second, followed by Shuti, whose tire survived. Then we see Pete on position 4, followed by Kovac. Then TCR Simon, followed by Spencer and Nick. Shippy with his early 2 stops on position 9. And Sam with his mysterious first drive-through, I don't know, can still make the top 10 on position 10. Followed by Asko. Then Mikey stays in front of Splatale. And then there's a bigger gap to Marty. Going to become 13th. And I think he's the last one on the leading lap. Yeah, he's getting 13th. Right, this is it. Let's save the replay and get a look at the results. Alright, here we have the result. Troy, the only XRT in the top 10, winning the race, followed by Botzi and Shuti, then TCR Pete, Kovac, Simon, Spencer, Nick, Shippy and Sam. Then on the second table, Asko, followed by Mikey, Splatter L, Matti, Norbert M, Adam, Katilla, Mandula, Daniel and Asko. So we have 2 withdrawals. 20 out of 22 finished the race. So the second victory for Troy in a row after winning the first race, now also the second race. Followed by Botzi. Pete with a consistent but in the end a little bit too slow pace. And it seems like my result page bugged out, sorry for that. Good result for Team BAT with 1 and 2, then TCR1, Pete on 4th. Shuti with quite slow, quite thin tires in the end, on 3rd. Maybe if he hadn't had this issue and entering the pit lane, he would have got in front of Botzi, but then still the question about his tires, so a little bit iffy. And then Siren, Spencer, Nick, the big TCR block, and Shippy with his early pit stops gets into the top 10. Alright, that's it. This was round number 2 of CityLiga Season 24. Thank you for tuning in. Today, in 14 days or 2 weeks, we got the next round, number 3, with the XRG on West Hill 1 Reversed. Same time as usual. Tune in if you have had fun, and see you next time. Bye.